there's one thing designers love, it's the color black. But if there's another thing they love, it's control. And that's why design tools look the way they do. That's why Framer looks the way it does. We do our best to give you as much control as possible over every detail of your site. We also spend just as much time figuring out how to make that experience clean, streamlined, and easy. But despite all that, this UI is still incredibly intimidating to non-designers, which is why many people build pages and then use our CMS to let non-designers edit the content of the site. But the truth is, unless you're wrangling content for a living, even the simplest CMS can feel overwhelming. So it got us thinking, how can we help more of the people you work with use Framer, and what would it take for them to love it? Well, today we're taking our first step toward exactly that, with on-page editing in Framer. Let's go to Joseph and Justin for a walkthrough on what we're launching today.
With Framer's on-page editing, absolutely anyone on your team can confidently make content updates, collaborate in real time, and even bring entire new pages to life directly from your live website in the browser. Let's imagine I'm on the marketing team at Perplexity, but I'm not a designer or a developer. So the design team has kindly invited me to the Framer project for our marketing site with permission to edit the content of the site. As a content editor, I can open our live site in the browser and find the new edit button on the right side of the page. When I click to edit, blue outlines draw around each and every piece of content that's editable. And this works on both static pages and CMS content, but let's start with this static landing page. I can just click and type to edit anything directly on the site itself. The inline editing experience feels fluid and lightweight, like that of a modern writing tool. Natural, yet somehow magical at the same time. And clicking to change an image brings up the familiar image popover, where I can swap the image, set the size, fit, and position, add alt text, and even crop the image with a built-in modal. If you're wondering, what about components? Yes, you can edit those too. You'll get a popover that reveals any text or image variables, which also gives designers more control over what can and can't be edited. By the way, as I'm making edits here, things are updating on the design canvas in the Framer project in real time, and vice versa. In fact, Justin is making some edits in the Framer project as we speak. And as long as I'm in edit mode, I see a live one-to-one reflection of his changes. But when I'm all done editing here, I can head down to the editor bar and click Finish Editing, which sends a notification to my collaborators and reminds me that changes will go live when the project is published. At this point, I'm still looking at a preview of all the unpublished edits on the page, but I can click Go Back to Site to return to seeing only what's live and public. If I had permission to deploy, I could click here to hop over to Framer and publish myself. But for this project, I'll have to rely on a collaborator like Justin.
From my side, I can already see the edits Joseph made here on the canvas. And what I'm seeing here looks good to me. So I can open the publish popover and see which pages have changes to be sure I didn't miss anything. I think we're good to go. So I'll click Update to take all the changes live. Done deal.
Cool. So that takes care of some quick minor changes to a static page. Now, let's edit some CMS content. We can edit both CMS detail pages and collection lists directly. Let's start with the collection list, which in Framer, we'd lay out and style on the canvas, but then we'd have to go into the CMS in order to edit the content. Now with on-page editing, we can directly edit any item we can see, and our changes update in the CMS itself. See it, click it, edit it. That simple. But this all unlocks something bigger than just edits, and that's the ability for anyone to add entire pages. When we jump into edit mode from a CMS page, we get a new button on the editor bar that says Add Page. I can click it to add a brand new item to this CMS collection, and instantly get a new detail page to quickly and easily edit with placeholders for each CMS field. And rich text fields give us a ton of additional control. On a new line, you can press / to access the new inline editing menu to insert headings, formatted text including lists, and even images, YouTube embeds, and tables. And highlighting existing text reveals a new formatting toolbar, where we can apply and switch headings, tweak styling, and add links. YouTube embeds also get their own popover for extra control over autoplay and the quality of the thumbnail. while date fields get their own dedicated date picker. Seeing an actual site page coming to life on the site itself as you're typing is incredible. And it's easy to see how this allows truly everyone to edit a site with zero design experience. When I finish editing, any required field I missed will come up in a modal and give me a chance to get everything populated, including any fields that weren't necessarily visible on the page. Once we're all set, my new page will be saved as a draft item in the CMS, ready to be reviewed and published just like the changes I made before.
When Joseph added that new page, I got notified via email right away, and I can click the View Page button to jump directly to the draft CMS page in our Framer project. From here, if everything looks good to go, I can hit Publish, choose to undraft this, and then click Update to take the new page live. And that's it. No back and forth, no guesswork. Now I can invite anyone to make real-time content updates that I can review and publish instantly, using on-page editing for Framer sites.
So we just saw the power of what's being released today. But let's zoom out for a second, because on-page editing isn't just about fixing typos, swapping images, or using the CMS in a more streamlined way. It's the start of something much bigger. We have a vision where sites are owned by designers, but pages can be built by anyone, because the components that you've already shipped are all there ready for mixing and matching. We have a vision for template creators to expand what they can offer to the world in a new way through on-page editing. And today is just the first step in this broader vision, but we think you'll feel its impact immediately. On-page editing is available right now on all paid plans, so jump in and try it yourself. Thanks for joining us today. As always, we'll see you on the internet.